Thanks to the support as a channel member, Jacob Barnett. Finally, after 5 seasons of this save, we managed to do something I've wanted to do since the very start. Put hashtag United on the thumbnail to try and get some new faces to click on the video. If you are new, hello, I'm old. You probably won't like me, but I am about to beat your football team. Hello, welcome to part 38 of Wembley to Wembley. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have that match against hashtag United, and we also are away against Bognor Regis in the first qualifying round for this season's FA Cup, which, of course, last season we had a run all the way through to the second round and saved ourselves financially as a result. But that's the second part of the episode. The first part of the episode, we are taking on hashtag United, who we don't have the kits loaded for them, so I guess they play in blue and yellow hoops. Presumably, no idea. They've been relegated. They had a number of seasons in the 7th tier, but last season finished 20th, got themselves relegated, find themselves back down in the 8th tier. They are one of the pre-season favourites to go straight back up again. Presumably their reputation is going to be a lot higher than most clubs at this level, but we're not a million miles behind them. And we've had a very solid start to the season, as you saw in yesterday's video. Unbeaten start to the season. We are looking good, and hopefully we can carry our good early season form through to beating the team from hashtag. I had to do that because I'm old. I know hashtag's not a play. I feel like I'm on BBC local radio. I don't mind them, really. It amuses me every year whenever I ask what clubs I should manage. Everyone's like, hashtag United, hashtag United. And I know they would hate it if I actually did it because I wouldn't do it the way they wanted me to. And the regulars are probably like, what's a hashtag United? So let's just beat them and then we can draw a line under it and never mention them again. I think that's the best way to do it. So this is already quite a settled team for us this season, although Kyle Leroy was sent off in his last match. So he's going to be suspended for the entirety of today's episode. So Albert Wood is going to play for us at right back, demonstrating we don't really have much in the way of squad depth this year. Although to be fair, Wood is a natural right back after deputising there quite a lot last season. But he's not really the wing back style of fullback that I enjoy to use in my team. In fact, neither of the ones that we've got here really are the attacking, bombing on fullbacks that I like so much, which is probably for the best when we've got 2 shorty boys playing in central defence. So it's Smalley in goal, a back 4 of Gibson, Easton, Riley and Wood, Burton Jones and Rowe in midfield, Giles, Wright and Best supporting Butterfield up front. All 4 of the attackers have started this season really, really well. You can see the 3 attacking midfielders all in great form, all 4 of them weighing in with goals as well. So where we've had a little bit of a weakness in recent years of scoring below our XG, I would like to think that we've got a solid attacking 4 there this year who can hopefully weigh in with plenty of goals. And with the very, very new look back 4 and goalkeeper, which hopefully is going to be an upgrade on the ones that we've had previously, I am very hopeful that this is a team that can get promoted this year. The board are just looking for us to finish mid-table. Mid-table is not enough. We can't be spending 3 or 4 seasons to get out of every league we get into in this save. We'd like to have it wrapped up before FM25 comes out. So we really do need... We really want a promotion this year. We did our year getting used to this level last year, and I think we've put together a really good squad over the course of this summer. And of course, Best is the best of them. Wood playing it across to Burton Jones, who gives it to Best to Butterfield, and there's your first goal. And that is that attacking combination that we've already seen, or I've already seen in all of these opening matches. This is your first look at the new look team for this season, but good work from Burton Jones. Best just is awesome, and Butterfield, now he's actually got some quality around him and he's getting to play as the number 9, as the centre forward. I am expecting major goals from him this season. 1-0 to us inside the first 15 minutes, and as it stands right now, we're level on points at the top of the league with a game in hand on the 2 teams we're level on points on. So this is a good start. I've got sandwich all over my shirt. It was only breadcrumbs, don't worry, I'm not that mucky, but I have just had my lunch, so we'll just wipe that off. That's if the hashtag United fans who are here for today weren't put off by just the general demeanour of the episode, the fact that it's taken me 4 minutes before I start talking about my sandwich, I think we've set the tone for them appropriately now. Please leave a like on the way out. I mean, if you are enjoying yourself, by all means, subscribe, turn your notifications on. I'm very happy to have you. Just don't pick on me. I'm very delicate. I'm old, you see. That makes me delicate. Right, Wood is charging. This is a centre-back, charging down the right-hand side, cuts it back to Best. Oh, he's hit the inside of the post. Oh, Best is very good, isn't he? He's the most appropriately named footballer in the entire league because he is the best player in the league, and he's showing it once again today. Wood now to take the throw. Finds Best, back with Wood again, who crosses, looking for that far post where Les Giles... I am finding it hard to believe there's a 20-year-old in the world called Les, but Les Giles has just scored, and he's only in on loan, and I was quite critical of him when we brought him in. We kind of brought him in as a loan of last resort because he was free, and it didn't matter if he didn't end up any good. But he's come in and has been excellent. He's scoring goals. He's creating chances. He looks the business. I'm very much enjoying this new look attack that we've put together at this club this season. And I genuinely think if injuries can be friendly towards us, because obviously we haven't got very much in the way of strength in depth. If we lose one or two key players, it's going to be problematic for us. But if we can have a little bit of luck with injury, I genuinely think this is a team that can win the league this year. And we've not won a league yet in this save. Obviously getting promoted via the playoffs eventually from the tier below. It would be very nice just to have a stress-free season where we just had the league wrapped up with 5 games to go. I'd love that. That was great work again from Giles, by the way, tracking back, helping out his left back. We're a good team, although we've left a big gap between our left back and our centre back there. But Smalley, I think probably. We might have some little centre backs, but we've got a big boy in goal. He towers over all of the defenders, and hopefully is going to be quite hard to get the ball past this season. We've not really enjoyed having a good goalkeeper at any point in this save yet. There's several things we've missed. We haven't really had the good goalkeeper. We haven't really had the free scoring striker. We haven't had the league win. I'm hoping it all comes together this season. I'm back from my little holiday. I'm refreshed. I'm making videos again. I'm streaming again. I'm full of new ideas, and fingers crossed we're going to win the league and then win the league again. And before long, we'll be in the Premier League, having a lovely old time. If we could be in the Premier League before the Premier League season starts again, we'd consider that an excellent achievement. Because like I say, I do want to get the series wrapped up on FM24. A few people have hilariously said in the comments, don't worry, Kev, you can import your save into FM25. But I can tell you for sure, I'm not going to be doing that. So we're going to play this save until FM25 comes. I mean, it's months away yet. We've not even had any of those promised announcements at the time of recording. But I think we can win the Premier League. We can get to the Premier League. We can get to Wembley. Because remember, it's Wembley to Wembley. It's not Wembley to winning the Champions League. Winning the Champions League would be lovely. But once you get to the Premier League in a save like this, you're only actually halfway through if your goal is to win the Champions League. So I think we probably have to temper expectation a little bit. We're probably not going to be winning the Champions League in this save because we're just not going to have the time to do it. However, I genuinely think, I don't know why we've got a keeper on the bench here. I genuinely think we could get to the Premier League and get to Wembley in a legitimate final. We're not counting playoffs. We're talking FA Cup, really. I think the big goal, get to the Premier League and win the FA Cup. If we do both of those by FM25, I'm happy to call that job done on the save. We don't have to win the Champions League in every save. Look at Tom Best. You know, once I get to the Premier League, you've watched enough of my content at this point, presumably, that you know once we get to the Premier League, it is just a matter of time before we win it and before we win the Champions League. It's something you can kind of insert one of my previous saves and be like, well, I know where this would go over the next 7 or 8 years. What you've not really seen before is a save that started in the shape of this one and that battle to get us there. So I think the big story of this save is the battle getting us there and that dream of an FA Cup final at Wembley to finish things off, which I think, if anything, is a better end to this save than a Champions League win would be, unless we could get a Champions League win at Wembley, which would be really, really, really good. But assuming that's not going to happen, because that's absolute luck of the draw, winning the FA Cup at Wembley to end the save and to end FM24 would be perfect, because the only reason we discovered Wembley FC exists is because of the FA Cup, in the real life FA Cup series that I did earlier in the year anyway. So it would just be perfect all round. That's the goal. We've finally established win parameters, and the win parameters are Premier League, FA Cup win. We've just ruined #United, who are one of the favourites to get promoted and have a team that's been in the league above for the last 5 years. So I think we've got a jolly good chance of getting promoted this year as well. What we would also like, of course, alongside all of that, is another cup run. So we've got to face Bognor Regis, who are in the league above. So this is going to be a big, tough match away from home against a team from a league above us, but we're in great form. So cross all of your fingers, or at least like one finger over another. Cross a finger. Cross a finger or fingers. Either way, let's see if we can pull off something a little bit special in the FA Cup again, because that would be jolly nice. Now, here's a piece of information for you. Bearing in mind, on one of my other channels, I kind of make a thing out of going around British seaside towns and deciding if they're any good or not. I've never been to Bognor Regis. I'm not even sure where it is. Oh, it's there. Okay, it's kind of in this no man's land between like Brighton and Southampton that I've never really visited any of this. I'll make a deal with you now, boys and girls. If Bognor Regis knock us out of the FA Cup here, I'll go there this summer and I'll make a video exploring. Look, they've got a pier. I love a pier. Here's the football club. It looks relatively well set up. We've got a bowls club. We've got tennis courts. Shall we have a little look at street level and see what we've got? That road doesn't seem to want to exist, but I think if we plonk ourselves down about here, they've got construction equipment. How very exciting. What is this thing that we've got here? Join the supporters club. I tell you what, this is a nice little step. I actually think this isn't a road, is it? This is like the entry road to get us to the football club. If we come out here, this will be our welcome to Bognor Regis sign. Can we have a little look? There you go. Bognor Regis Town FC. They are some, I mean, you can tell you at the seaside, little beach chalets next door. Let's get down here and have a proper look, see if we can get an eye on the pitch. We've got all the tennis courts and whatnot there as well. And then there is the pitch. I noticed the construction equipment. I saw a cherry picker, didn't notice that there was a pitch next to it. You can tell where my priorities lie. They actually have a booth for programs. They must have played at a higher level. They've got ambulance parking. They've got a program shop. Have they got a club shop in here? What do these signs here say? Tea, coffee. I love that Bovril's mentioned. Tea, coffee, Bovril, soft drinks, sweets and cold snacks served here. Various delicious hot food served inside. Well, you got multiple places to get your snacks from. This is fancy. This is everything we aspire to be one day. Now let's go and beat them, which is easier said than done because they've had a very good start to the season as well. Also unbeaten, also up in the promotion positions in their league, which, as mentioned, is a league above ours. I think this is going to be a tough one, but we've got a good side, and hopefully, I actually thought Leroy was going to be suspended for this match as well, but I guess not. I'm sure he was suspended for more than one match. Maybe he's already served his. He's done the last three. Yeah, so he has had a 3-match suspension. It's just that previous one was the last match of it and not the first. Can't you tell I stopped for lunch if I hadn't already told you? Goodness me. So Leroy is back in the team. Other than that, it is unchanged from the team that you've just seen absolutely ruin #United. And hopefully we can carry on playing as well as we've been playing recently. Obviously, we did knock out some teams from higher leagues on our run through to the second round last year. Now, that's not ideal. We didn't play a lot of teams who were in good form as part of that run. We were pretty fortuitous with the better teams that we played. They were all in rough form. So coming against a team that are also unbeaten away from home is going to be challenging, and losing our main man in midfield after 3 minutes, Burton Jones has picked up an injury. That could be a proper injury. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. We don't have a lot of strength in depth in central midfield. If Burton Jones is proper injured, which you would think having to come off with a red injury after 3 minutes, he might be, then we're probably going to have to dip into the transfer market to replace him. And that's where the season starts to come unstuck a little bit, because there's a lot of positions in this team where if we lose one man, we have a problem. And central midfield is certainly one of those positions. But we've had a reassuringly uneventful start to the match. Over 1,000 people here, which is always nice in the FA Cup, because of course FA Cup money is split between the home team and the away team. That's lovely from Smalley. Having a tall goalkeeper who can just come and cross out the sky is beautiful. But yeah, having a 50-50 or 45-45, whatever it is at this level, revenue split for attendance over 1,000, it all helps. It's all pennies in the kitty, and we definitely need pennies in the kitty. So as Tesco say, every little helps and all that. And if we can somehow find a way to maybe bring them back to our place, who knows what might happen, or maybe even grab a goal here. Giles is trying to cause a nuisance on that left-hand side, slides it across to Butterfield. If he stayed onside, I mean, he is proving himself to be absolutely lethal in that 6-yard box. Now he's got some proper players giving him some proper service. He is scoring goals for fun, and this is great work from Giles, who continues to surprise with just how good he is. It's a lovely cross, and Butterfield is just there to tap it home. And kind of against the run of play, we've gone 1-0 up away from home against a team that are pushing for a spot in the National League South. This is, like we saw last year, it's very promising seeing us play well against these teams from the higher levels. And if anything, it does feel like we're kind of ready to play at that level. But because of the bottlenecks that you get with just the one automatic promotion spot at this level, it's hard to get there. There's a lot of teams who could probably do quite well, but you always have to be the best of the level that you're at to get there. Flumming promotions, eh? Right, can Smalley make the penalty save? He can, I tell you what. We've got ourselves a new hero in goal. He's 6'4", and his name has the word small in it. It's beautiful. He's such a contradiction, but he's caught a cross, he's saved a penalty, he's doing all of the things that our goalkeepers have never really done before, and I love it. It's great. He's here permanently as well. How many years now have we had loanee goalkeepers? We've actually got a permanent goalkeeper putting a man-of-the-match performance in an FA Cup game against an unbeaten, in-form team from the division above. It's everything we've ever dreamt of. We've only had 2 shots on target in the match. Oh, Bognor are they're going to feel very hard done by about what's happening here today. Right, there are 5 substitutions that we can make in this match, so we can make a few changes. Taking off Tom Best seems insane. But you know what? Anton Canerva never lets us down, does he? Apart from, no. Forget apart from, he's our most influential player in the squad. Yes, Best is our best player. Best is best, as we all know. But Canerva can offer a little bit of leadership and experience, even though he's still only 21 years old. Smalley did not have that covered, did he? Goodness me. We are kind of clinging on. Remember, the goal was to bring him back to our place, so it's not a disaster if we concede late on here, although we've played well enough to kind of hope that we do manage to cling on. We always have to have a Best on the pitch, so Raheem Best is going to come on, and then we've got a couple of... do we bring on another defender? Do we bring Wood on for Leroy just because he's a little bit more defensively sound? I think we probably do. Leave Butterfield on up front. We've not seen anything of Simon Jones yet, one of the young strikers that we brought in the summer, because Butterfield has just been, like I say, scoring for fun. Not even playing particularly well. Again, today he's only got a 6.8, but he's also got a goal. We can afford to have a guy in the team who doesn't post the average rating, but scores 25 goals, 30 goals over the course of the season. I don't mind that at all. He's just there to put away the chances that the creative players behind him are going to set up for him. That's fine. We'll carry him. He doesn't need to offer a lot in the matches. He just needs to be there to be the finisher when the chances present themselves. It's what we always wanted from Canerva, but never really got. Giles does brilliantly again here. He's won a penalty there, surely. No? It said at the bottom that he just ran into the defender. So, yeah, I think he was probably looking for a penalty there. He's, I guess, quite lucky that he's not picked up a yellow card. But Bognor are now trying to get a counter-attack up and running. And this will sting this late on. And it does sting this late on. It's a 90th minute equaliser for Bognor. Financially, it's probably the best thing that could have happened, at least in the short term, because we get to bring them back to our place and earn double the money from this round. But, of course, the finances soon get cancelled out if you then get knocked out in the replay, because, you want to get into the next rounds where all the big money is. So, I mean, it's even that we've robbed them a little bit, looking at the XG, looking at the match stats. Bogner will feel very hard done by, but ultimately we've made a little bit of money. We bring him back to our place, and I back us in home matches. That's disastrous. Adi Burton-Jones is out for a year. He's broken his leg. His season is over. See, now I'm in a bit of a non-league quandary because he's out of contract before he's healed. So is there any point in sending him to the specialist? It costs us $3,000. Do we just be like, yeah, he's done? Kind of forget he exists now? Or do we treat him properly, send him to a specialist, maybe get him back with a month of the season to go and hope he's good enough to justify a new contract? Which I don't know that he is. This is harsh, but we're just going to kind of pretend he doesn't exist, I think, and sign a new midfielder. In the meantime, we've got to play Bogner, which we'll do before tomorrow's episode. We'll come back tomorrow, hopefully, for more FA Cup shenanigans if we're still in it. If nothing else, we've got our rivals match against Rayners Lane coming up, so we might well check in with them. Jersey Bulls are in this league as well. It's all of the clicky teams, isn't it? Jersey Bulls, everyone always suggests I do them. Anytime we might come back for Jersey Bulls, actually. That might be more fun. And then a triple threat against Tooting and Mitcham afterwards. Lovely old stuff. And hopefully some FA Cup matches along the way as well. I need to go and sign a midfielder because we're a little light. We are a little light. And I've just done Adi Burton-Jones very, very dirty. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.